Dear Incarnum, I just wanted to say congratulations, my dear friend, on 200 subscribers. You deserve it, and I hope it grows bigger and bigger. Also, penis. That is all. Your friend, the Paris Pale.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm SSN Incarnum. Crackers make me thirsty, and you're watching StarCraft Inc. Now today I have a game between ROOTDestiny as the red Zerg up in the top left, and blue Terran in the bottom right is VileHasHe. Now I know you guys know who VileHasHe is, so I know you guys know the Vile clan. They are basically known for collecting a lot of really creative players. A lot of players that do some really awesome things, like VileHasHe and his Ice Fisher build. VileHasHe is no different, man. He's got lots of tricks up his sleeves, and I can't wait to cast a game of him. Now, on the top left, like I said, is that ROOTDestiny, the red Zerg. Now, I don't watch him too often, but from what I know, he plays very standard, just a very strong macro-micro player, and very clever with his build orders. So I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup. I'm pretty excited to bring this one to you. Got it off Gosu Gamers, rated 8 out of 10, so that's not bad. It's not a 10, but what do you do? Right now we're on a bit of a dry spell for Gamecast, simply because a lot of players are hiding their strategies, don't want their replays released. So, but it's not in their control, of course. If someone leaks a replay, like a viewer or like a random opponent, they run into each other on the ladder and like a no-name beats a legendary player, of course that replay is going to get posted. So I don't know, they do their best, but this is one of the few videos that have been released. So right away, I'm bringing it to you guys, man. Also, thanks to everyone who's taken part in my contest. Well, I guess it's a giveaway, not really a contest. It's a draw. So thank you for everyone who subscribed in the last few days. Thanks to everyone who liked that video, added it to your favorites. That is helping me so much, man. I broke my 200 subscriber count, and that is awesome. But yeah, no, keep subscribing, guys. Tell your friends. I want to do my best to make this an awesome channel, a channel that everyone will enjoy. And right now I'm doing it for free, so you know, like, help me out. I'm really doing it for you. So I just really enjoy. I don't know. I enjoy StarCraft. I enjoy pleasing people. That is not sexual, although it could be. And no, so hopefully you guys enjoy what I do here. So stay subscribed, keep watching, and really good luck, guys. I wish I could give a copy of Heart of the Swarm to everyone. I'd love to fucking Oprah that shit, but no. Unfortunately, I can only afford one, as I am not getting paid to do this. It's coming off my own my own budget. So guys, good luck to everyone involved in that draw. I'm looking forward to picking the winners. So anyway, over to this game, we are seeing VileHasHe wall off. He's got we are seeing a Reaper on the way, so a Reaper is done, and that, I guess, is what the tech lab was for. Also another command center on the way, so I guess he's hoping to really buy a lot of time with this Reaper, and already a second Reaper is on the way, but this Reaper runs into Lings in the middle of the map, and so good play by ROOTDestiny. Always a good idea. This is so standard. Build those Lings at the beginning, send them to the front doors, send them across the map, take the towers, do whatever you can with those Lings, get that early scouting information. He scouted this Reaper with those Lings, just those two simple Lings, so that is such a good example of what you can catch with Reapers. So we do have this Reaper crossing the map, buying time for the second Reaper to complete and get on its way, and I love this. I love this play already, because this is buying him time to get his own expansion out, and if he can do some damage, he will be so far ahead of the Zerg and that standard fast expand. Now, sorry I wasn't paying attention to whether the pool went down before the hatch. I know that's so important, but he does have the pool down, so he does have everything he needs to defend this Reaper push, but he needs to play his cards right. He does have a queen out at the main, but none down at the expansion yet. I'd like to see how long it takes him to get one out. See, now he has two queens. He has everything he needs to defend this push. This Reaper comes up in the bottom. He's also got roaches, so he's in good shape. One drone. Is he gonna get the drone? Yeah. No, the Reaper's not gonna get the drone, man. Second Reaper goes up. and it starts to poke. It takes a shot at the Roach Warren, which was not a good idea. He should have been a little more smooth with that, because it notified ROOTDestiny that that Reaper was in fact there. And that I think that Reaper actually got picked off by the Roach, and this one's just gonna chill all the way over here. Now, while he was doing that, he managed to keep up his macro quite effectively, producing Marines and Marauders. He wasn't able to start construction on that bunker or lift off his orbital command and put it in place. But we did have shields on the way. Shields just completed, and Stim is now queued up. I always say that wrong. It's queued up. It's on its way, and by the time that finishes, we should see some real action coming into this game. Over here we have only 2 queens so far, so we're not going to see anything like VileHasHe and his mass queens, which, you know, could have happened, seeing as how there's only 1 gas. I know VileHasHe goes no gas, but only 1 gas still could lead to something much like that, and now we are seeing a lot of saturation on the gas, which means we could, like, we have double evolution chamber here, but we are seeing melee weapons and Zerg shield, so really that tells me Lings, even though he does have that Roach Warren and a couple Roaches. But that being said, it's always a good idea to get your Roach Warren, even if you're not planning to go Roaches, because if something like those Reapers shows up, it gives you the tech you need to defend. Also, it's good against Marines too, an early Marine push. Now, I did see a red dot. We do have an Overlord over here, which is good. That does scout for ROOTDestiny that there is an expansion here, and it also shows him the saturation. So, and he's seeing that he's saturating his gas, so there's a good chance that it won't be like a full all-in Marine push, which isn't too viable unless you do it in like the 7 racks push style. But yeah, Smash Cab, SSN Smash Cab is a really cool kind of Zerg style. Plays Terran like Zerg with some really high production Marine style with lots of expansions. Kind of a Marine King Prime opening, but it's really cool. Maybe someday I'll cast a game of it. Right now, that strategy is undercover and exclusive to the SSN. So maybe you've played him on the ladder and seen it. Maybe not. I don't know. But right now, we do have the Lings preemptively breaking these rocks, which is so smart, man. If you guys have an army like this, you should not have it sitting around. I don't approve of VileHasHe just kind of sitting around with this army, but at the same time, Marines are not nearly as mobile as Lings are. So if he decides to push out with those Lings, he could easily lose them. We do have 2 medevacs completed, and both of them are very much full of units. So that could be a dangerous situation for ROOTDestiny if VileHasHe plays his cards correctly. Over here we do have a lot of Lings, and we are seeing ROOTDestiny bank up a lot of gas. Speed is almost finished, and we do have the Overlord upgrades for movement speed. I think that's what that one is. Yeah, movement speed. And sorry, I don't know Zerg upgrades too well, because I don't play Zerg ever, never. On team games I do, but I don't know my shit, man. Team games are a joke. Anyway, so sorry if you take team games seriously, but fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. We can still be best friends. And the drop comes down. VileHasHe's got Marines and Marauders in the mineral line of ROOTDestiny, getting a lot of probes. He could now focus down the lair, which would be terrible. Absolutely terrible for ROOTDestiny. But the Lings do pour in. Medevacs keeping them up. They are nestled nice and safe inside that mineral line. It was a good spot for them. A couple of them get away in those medevacs. The Queen's coming up. Look how low health the Queen is. And neither of them can transfuse each other because he has been so on top of his injections. Guys, it's the same way when you think you're hopelessly against like Terran and you can't go cloak because you think he'll scan you. Man, a good Terran is spending his energy on mules and won't have scans, so don't be thinking like that. Same with Queens. Oh, infinite transfuse. No, they're spending their energy on injects, on freaking creep tumors. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, a good Zerg and a good Terran are going to spend their energy, so they can't just bank it up. But scan does go down for the Terran player. And, you know, he's checking out to make sure that the Zerg isn't waiting for him, and the Zerg is. But at the same time, a scan is kind of silly because it gives away that, you know, you're planning something. In the meantime, the Zerg is taking a 3rd base, and he's really revving up his economy. He's trying to get ready for the mid-game, the late game. I guess this is the mid-game. He's really setting himself up, as well as excellent map control. I have to say, Overlords in all the expansions, pouring creep and Lings here to deny anything. Like if an SCV goes up there alone, or a command center goes up there alone, it will not be able to land. It will not be able to complete its mission. It looks like we are going to see this medevac come down here and try to do some more harass. What is it going to be able to do? It might be able to snipe the queen. It does snipe the queen, and he picks up and gets away with it again. This medevac is empty and going home. I mean, why lose a medevac for no reason? Will they be able to hit that with a fungal growth? No! Fungal growth goes down, but it doesn't make contact with the medevac. He tries again. He used the energy on 2 of his infestors for no reason. He didn't get anything out of it. We do have a drop down here that I unfortunately did not see right away. Look at the way these Marines are just nestled into the mineral line. They cannot get us around. The Lings, I mean, cannot get us around on those Marines. Most of them do go down. One gets away in that medevac. And so just the constant harass from VileHasHe has put ROOTDestiny in a very uncomfortable position, allowing him to take his own third, which puts him even with the Zerg, and the Zerg tries to do some harass on this expansion, but siege tanks waiting patiently for just the right moment, such as that, to shell tons of those Zerglings. But the upgrades on these Zerglings are becoming very scary. We don't have any grades on the tanks. We have weapons 1 for the bio, and ghosts are on the way. Ghosts are the answer to infestors, sir. A lot of people are complaining about infestors imbalance. I've had my moments where they make me angry, but man, ghosts are so good against infestors. I mean, if you get a cloaked ghost, yes, a fungal growth can decloak that ghost, but they're not always looking for it. And if you can get a couple EMPs, man, even snipes will kill infestors so fast. And it's pretty freaking awesome because they are bio, right? Just about everything Zerg is bio. Except for the queens. Are the queens bio, or are they just plain psionic? Okay, they are biological and psionic, so there you go. I think everything Zerg is, bio. That's why Archons are freaking awesome. They can come to my birthday. Anyways, so VileHasHe is sitting here pretty in his expansion, his third base, and he's got quite the defense going on here. And all 3 of his bases are orbital commands right now, so no PFs yet. But we do have another command center going down. That might become one later. But the point is, we've got some pretty wicked economy going for the Terran player. Taking a look at the income tab, he is 63 to 71, so Terran player is way ahead. We do have somewhat of a drop coming down here, and another drop coming down at the top, landing right away and already shooting at the Overlord. The line is pulled, so ROOTDestiny reacting so fast. Is this drop here gonna push? Yes, just as I look away, it decides to push. Going to deny the 4th from ROOTDestiny unless units can get down here, but he's so far out of position, he cannot get down here in time. There's no way. Will he cancel, though? Maybe. Yes, the cancel does happen. So the Marines do not get that for free. And the infestor's getting too close to the siege tanks over here in the middle. Going back to the production tab for you guys, Viking is on the way, which somebody scouted one another because they're both building anti-air. Corruptors here. Ooh, these Corruptors are going to get a free medevac. VileHasHe knows that's not getting away. He doesn't even bother microing it. Scan does go down. He's scanning the center. And Marines and Marauders come over here to make sure there's nothing in the way of this command center. So very nice preemptive play. Thinking ahead, he knows there's a possibility. This Marine is going to come up here. He's going to scout for bullshit like this. He finds it, and that's a free Overlord, unless ROOTDestiny pulls it away. But it doesn't look like he will. Another Overlord over here is going to try to deny the landing of that command center, and the other army pulled back. So he's got to stim 2 Marines, get up here, and take that out. Over here we do have an Overlord sitting in the middle, so this one did get away, and we do have some kind of push coming up. Very ballsy, unsieging all his tanks at once, but he is going to be pushing up the map with quite a... Look at all these ghosts cloaking. Oh no! Oh no! And the Overseer goes down to snipes. He scans the army and sees that that is the only Overseer. Another Overseer is going to be warping in. EMP is going down on almost all the infestors, but a fungal growth goes down on the ghosts, allowing the Lings to pick them all off, except for 2. 2 are alive, but this Overseer is going to finish in seconds, and the ghosts will go down. What an amazing play from both players. Oh, there was... Oh, that wasn't even an Overseer. An Overseer was over here. That was a Broodlord morphing. I'm retarded, but once again, I apologize to you retarded people out there, but I'm also retarded. And we are crossing the map, but I mean, if I'm retarded and you're retarded, I'm cool like you, but so there's a big army over here on the map on the creep, and this is scary as fuck because look at all these Broodlords, and the Terran player can't rightly push onto the creep. That is a scary place. Siege tank shells pulling the Lings into the army. They were not on hold position, and the Vikings on the high ground, immune to any kind of ground attack. They're taking out the Broodlords, but a fungal growth goes down on the Vikings. He can chain fungal those to death, but no, he does let them get away. He must have had enough energy. He does have enough energy for another fungal. I don't know why he didn't go for it. A couple Broodlords left alive. Lings and so many infestors still sitting pretty in the middle of the map on the creep, and over here we do have quite the Terran army, and look at the supply, guys. It is so in favor of VileHasHe. And what do we have? I've got to keep my eye on the mini-map because this guy is all over the place with drops. I think I just missed one because we have an empty medevac coming back home, a little bit damaged, and 2 command centers going up in the middle of the map. Those are going to be something. Is he getting a double expand? He did clear out this creep, so this is ripe for the taking if he wants it. This is a PF, so no orbital command pumping economy here, but I think he's really far ahead. Let's take a look at the income. He is quite far ahead indeed, 76 to 66 with a substantial mineral advantage. Going back to production for you guys. Actually, I want to take a look at the APM here. Not anything real impressive. Both players pretty even on their average. What do we have here? Hold on, production. We have a ghost coming up here. We're going to see a nuke. We're going to see a nuke on the hatchery. And is this nuke going to land? Is he going to pull? He pulls his line, so he is safe from that. It looks like we do have another ghost coming across the map. Look at how little health he has. Almost no energy. I don't even know if his cloak is going to last. That nuke does land on the hatchery, taking up a substantial amount of its health. And another nuke going down. The Ling army runs by, right by the ghost, but doesn't see it. Where's the Overseer? There's no Overseer. The nuke goes down and gets lots of harvesters, as well as a queen. Oh my goodness, what an amazing pickup for the Terran player. And the army runs by him again. This ghost is going to tuck himself in the corner right as he runs out of cloak. Oh my goodness. What a game from VileHasHe. He's playing so perfectly right now. VileHasHe just scouring the map with his Vikings, picking off overlords that are trying to spread creep. This is terrible for ROOTDestiny, and the game is declining into VileHasHe's favor very quickly. And just like Vile Spanishiwa, VileHasHe is putting on a show. He is showing us what the Terran army is capable of, all the different options. And we had another nuke go down that I missed. And it looks like it pummeled the crap out of that spine crawler. Another nuke! We are seeing chain nukes as the army in the middle engages. Siege tanks shelling all the bio on the ground. Banelings crashing through as the Vikings sit in the air helpless, watching as the army underneath them is vaporized by Lings and fungal growth. However, PFs shelling the infestors as the infestors mind control the siege tanks to shell the PFs. So back and forth, Lings killing those tanks before the mind control wears off, and just the Zerg army traded with the Terran player, but the income is so in favor, going back to that tab, is so in favor of VileHasHe right now. And where's that ghost gone to? I don't see him. Oh, a nuke is coming down here again! The line being pulled by ROOTDestiny, so his mining time has been cut severely. The ghost sitting pretty up here, all by his lonesome. It looks like a couple Banelings getting in here are trying to micro to do some damage to the line, but the PF picks them apart. And do the Lings come up here and clean this up? It looks like he's in a position. The Overseer does come in, and he picks off. That goes before another nuke can land. Another nuke can land. So there are overlords sitting in the middle. I don't know if that's a bad rally point or what, but those are free kills for the Terran player if he so chooses. Another cloaked ghost coming over here. There are spore crawlers here for detection, but if he starts his nuke now, like we're seeing, he can get that nuke off before those spore crawlers finish. Is that going to happen? There is an engagement here. Vikings picking off the Overseer before it can get in here. That nuke looks like it is going to go down. The nuke does go down, but the Harvesters safely get away. And this brave soldier was safe in the extractor. So I'm curious, if an extractor dies with a Harvester in it, does the Harvester die? I don't even know. Interesting fact, you can actually share control with your allies in a team game and harvest from their gas geysers with your own harvesters. I think that's pretty awesome. Look at that. That goes down so fast. Baiting the lings. Man, ROOTDestiny's got to learn how to use hold position. And Terran player is constantly tugging him into the siege tank line. Looks like the Bio Army is spreading out to do damage on multiple fronts. And a little bit of mismicro by ROOTDestiny wandering his infestors into the Bio. But fungal growth clearly wrecking this army, leaving it in tatters. Another spawning wave of lings will easily be able to clean this up. We are seeing wicked upgrades coming from ROOTDestiny. 333 across the board. One of them I think is Chitness plating coming up for the Ultralisks to really kind of finish this game off with some high level tier 3. And man, I don't know what to expect from these two players next. Will ROOTDestiny be able to pull? It looks like another nuke went off, and I missed it. Will be caught in the picture-in-picture though, so don't worry. I never miss a thing, guys. You will see everything. So pay attention, guys. I know it's sometimes I will be starting to ping. I'll make a sound, and ROOTDestiny leaves the game. No GG. But man, he must have been pissed. Constantly harassed this game. Guys, I'm Assassin Incarnum. You're watching StarCraft Inc. and thank you for subscribing.